like everyone knows how SummerSlam ended up for the Nexus, and not the way a lot of people wanted. How would you think things have worked differently if Nexus would have won? Like, was there any plans concrete for if Nexus was going to win, or do you have any idea what maybe could have changed?
Yeah, I mean, we were just rookies at the time, right? So we were just doing what we were told. Like, I think if we were there a little bit longer, if things were a bit different, we would have fought for a little bit more, and we would have inserted certain storylines or finishes or gimmicks or spin-offs or anything ourselves. But at the time, we were just like, all right, we're just so fortunate to be here. We're just gonna kind of listen to what we're supposed to do, and I think things would have turned out very differently. I mean, that was like 7 months into our run, right? We were
Yeah.
just getting started, really. We didn't even like Nexus didn't even have a WrestleMania moment. That's how short that run was, if you think about it. And it's so wild that people still talk about it. That had so much impact, but it was such a blimp in WWE history. Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? It could have played out so different. Like we could have had. I think it would have been cool if we just had a longer run, maybe like, 2, 3 years or whatever like that. That would have been awesome. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
it'll be a reunion someday. I don't, not very likely, but who knows, And it's just cool that people are still talking about it till this day. Like I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of other great things that happen in WWE. I mean, so many great things over the years, Like sometimes if you're not a true fan, you have to go think about it, or someone mentions something, you're like, oh yeah, that did happen, like for example, I'll give you a silly example, but remember the Matt Hardy MVP storylines where they were trying to
With the
up?
basketball, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awfully fun, right? But like, if you talk to people, like you say one Nexus thing, you say the SummerSlam thing, or you say that, like most people will remember that.
Yeah. No, no, you're right. It's funny. You have to sometimes go and dig deeper into like some of the fun stuff that was happening around then, and go back to what you're saying too, of like not take it so seriously. Just have fun watching it.
Exactly. It should be fun. Like everyone's a what's the term? I forget, the armchair critic these
Oh
days,
yeah,
or
yeah,
backseat driver, and that's cool. That's fun, because that it adds to it's kind of like betting on sports, right? It adds to the
the
experience.
excitement, right?
But you gotta understand too. People always think that they can book better or write better storylines or do better, but that's not how the game works. It's a lot of people involved in this, and a lot of handcuffs we have lately with live TV and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But now that it's on Netflix, I think I see them pulling back a lot of those things. So I'm very excited for, a lot of the old timers. Like I remember when I was a kid, like I used to like fight with old timers so much, and because they didn't like that it keeps evolving all the time. But when I got older, I was like, yeah, I understand. You have to just evolve with it. And like, if otherwise you're going to get left behind. And then that's what's so cool
Yeah.
about this business. It's going to keep evolving. Like, we went through the attitude era, and then the little reality era, and then whatever eras you want to call it. I call it the Hunter era, the NXT era, or whatever. But, it just keeps evolving, and it's just going to keep going to different directions. And then that's honestly something that's really cool about it. It's not something to not like about it.
Rewind, recap, relive. Woo! That's what the world is watching.